In today's news, XRP to be worth thousands of dollars is more than just a pipe dream. Once you realize and understand the sheer size, the volume of money that will flood into the market, that will become digitized, that Ripple and XRP will attain, then you will understand why XRP at just 50 cents can make you rich, why all the institutions are in partnership with them. This is what the world leaders want. This just in from CME Group starting July 29th before the end of this month. You will be able to benefit for transparent pricing on two new cryptocurrencies as CME CF Internet Computer or ICP dollar and XRP dollar reference rates and real-time indices are added to their expanding suite of benchmarks. This is huge news. Keep in mind that CME Group is the world's leading derivatives marketplace, one that just announced a collaboration for an XRP index, and there's over $1.2 quadrillion to be tokenized as the derivatives market is 500 trillion alone. This is huge news. This is why XRP can't be dirt cheap. This is why XRP will be worth thousands of dollars, and this is all just the beginning. According to Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse, this is the first massive step towards institutional crypto products. XRP will now have a trusted benchmark reference rate, so it's nice to see CME Group and CF Benchmarks collaborate on this for an XRP index. The market has spoken and they want XRP. What more proof do you need that XRP is going to explode in value? We are right now in the middle of the biggest wealth transfer in the history of humankind, and we will all be a part of it. Luckily for us early investors, the likes of you and me, who have done our own research, who have understood the need to follow the money and know what the institutions are doing, know that assets like XRP will provide the biggest opportunity for your financial freedom, we know that we're going to make the most of this. Especially now that these are the type of conversations taking place on mainstream media. Fox Business are reporting that the great wealth transfer is in full effect, and all the world's money, which as I mentioned beforehand, it's over $1.2 quadrillion, will all be tokenized, will all become digitized. And once more, these breaking announcements and developments for Ripple is all just the beginning. Let me ask you this, why do you think Wall Street, the likes of Goldman Sachs for example here, are publishing papers like The Opportunity in Payments, which praises Ripple's technology, its compatibility with banks, being available in over 55 countries across the globe, and to provide access to new marketplaces that would be either too difficult or expensive to access? Why would they do that? If they believe that XRP was going to fail, that XRP would stay dirt cheap forever, they'd only do that if they believe XRP is part of the future. For XRP to be able to achieve the requirements for being a bridge currency, for CBDCs worldwide, a new world reserve currency if you will, it can't do that at 50 cents. It can't do that at a low price. It's got to be worth so much more. And in fact, in that regard, the IMF suggests that with the rise of digital currencies, there could actually be more than one reserve currency. And coincidentally, that is the exact same thing that Ripple CTO David Schwartz has mentioned in the past. Assets like XRP, industries who provide a service like Ripple, they are the ones that have the potential to become one of these next world reserve currencies. As we can hear in this interview posted from Cyprus here with a UBS representative, she confirms that they can leverage third-party private sector technology to settle cross-border payments. And keep in mind that UBS joined Ripple's global network 8 years ago back in 2016 and has remained a partner ever since. Coincidence? I think not. Take a listen.
Would your digital currency also solve this problem, etc., etc.? So I think to have a direct conversation with the end client to really understand their pain points, really help us to shape our digital asset strategy and the product shelf. And also, we need to assess the balance of the benefit we can create and also the technology investment in it, because this is going to be a lengthy journey, expensive, etc., etc. So it's not a small thing. Last but not least, I also want to highlight something not very technical, but I think it's important to bear in mind, right? When we send money within the same bank, UBS client to UBS client, no matter within the same jurisdiction or cross-border, it is not difficult. It can be very fast. The second, or we call it the semi-cross-network complexity, is when UBS clients need to send money to, let's say, Deutsche Bank clients. In this case, Deutsche Bank and UBS, we could have a traditional correspondent relationship. If that is the case, the money is still easy because Deutsche Bank de facto is a UBS client if they use us as their correspondent bank. So that is not too difficult either. The most difficult part is when UBS and the other bank have zero correspondent relationship. And this is the most tricky part. And to make this happen, if we have the mercy of digital currency, we really need a central party to play this orchestrator. So this could be the unified ledger promoted by Product Agora, or it could be a third party or private sector middleman that can guarantee the settlement, the clearing of digital currency in both worlds. But this obviously not going to be as good as a public sector created solid, the most safe digital ledger, digital orchestrator or unified ledger. So I will probably pause here because there's a different layer of complexity, and welcome to ask questions offline, but I don't want to bore you with too many buzzwords here.
So industries like Ripple, for example, Stellar or Zinfin, so assets like XRP or XLM, XDC, these are the assets that are shaping the future, and the explosion in adoption and price is at a tipping point, especially now as the CFTC chairman recently stated that 70 to 80% of all cryptocurrencies are not securities. Going against what Gary Gensler has said for the longest time, take a listen.
Last week, a district court in the Northern District of Illinois entered summary judgment in favor of the CFTC in a case involving fraud by an unregistered entity that promised steady returns in digital asset commodities such as Bitcoin and Ether. In its decision, the court reaffirmed that both Bitcoin and Ether are commodities under the Commodity Exchange Act.
Now, the reason this is big news equally is because the world and now finally the United States are gearing up for mass adoption of crypto. They're accepting that not all cryptos are securities, that we can't do it by enforcement anymore, that we need to start accepting this change. But it's just out of all the crypto assets there are right now, Ripple and XRP stand above the rest, with CNBC reporting and recognizing Ripple as one of the top fintech companies, crypto companies in 2024. With Ripple also being a member of both the Global Blockchain Business Council and a member of the Digital Euro Association, amongst every other partnership they have, of course. But at the largest leading industry association for the blockchain technology and digital asset community, the GBBC examined the Ripple versus SEC case and determined just what the courts did, that by applying the Howey test, the working party clearly states that the court explained that the tokens are not in and of themselves securities, nor do they embody the characteristics of the fundraising scheme by which they were used. Ripple's legal victory has become a foundation, a precedent for the rest of the crypto industry, using this case to fight their own legal battles against the corrupt Gary Gensler and the SEC. And because of the legal clarity that has been granted to Ripple and XRP, we can now start seeing these massive developments, these partnerships with the likes of CME Group. The industries, the institutions are now coming out of their shell to adopt XRP. So best believe once we get that final judgment, what the final judgment is in, just you wait and see XRP, ETFs, IPOs and the mass adoption from the institutions. For XRP to be worth thousands of dollars, XRP was not meant for retail, it was meant for institutions. There's a reason why. Remember, do your own research and don't look short term, think long term, and I'll see you in the next one.